Hey there, good afternoon. I'm Shirley, a life coach with the Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise organization and the CEO of Ordinary Greatness. And today I'm literally talking to you from the side of the road. And I wanted to talk to you about number 16 of the 22 things we can do to get out of our own way. So, as life would have it, my favorite saying is shit happens. And so we have to remember that there is a success formula. And it's number 12. I'm sorry, it's number 12. And there is a success formula. And that formula is 2 steps forward, 2 steps back, 4 steps forward, 3 steps back, 5 steps forward. You get the point. The point is that, every time you go forward, you're going to take a few steps back. Those are your lessons learned. Those are tweaking, things that need to happen. Those are messages, sometimes messengers, sometimes our voice is telling us to take a step back. Sometimes things happen. Today is a perfect example of that for me. So that's why I wanted to talk about the success formula. I am going to be visiting my family in the South. So I figured I'll go get my oil changed. I'll get my car checked out. I'll get ahead of things and be proactive instead of, always having to be the fireman going to put fires out. And so I went to do that. And in doing so, I left the garage, a local garage, and no complaint about them. We're all human. And, that's another thing we need to think about is that we don't know what other people are going through in a day. Yes, we are professionals. Yes, we should know what we're doing, follow through. Listen, there's no such thing as perfection. We do the best we can at the given time, with most of the time, with most experience, knowledge, and explanation that we have or teachings that we have. So anyway, with all that being said, whoever, finalized the oil change forgot to screw in a metal protector or a shroud. I don't really know what it's called. But the point is, I am elated that I, Shirley Ann Felder, did something ahead of time, not after the fact, and was, accountable and responsible for it, because maintenance of my car is not something that I'm really good at. I just drive it until it doesn't want to drive anymore. Or until the lights say I'm going to run out of gas. I'm good for that, for anyone who's borrowed a car from me. But anyway, so I leave there, I go down the road, and all of a sudden I hear this noise. And I'm like, oh my God, what is it? And, it was something sounding like rubbing or a fan or something. And that's what it was. So my story and analogy is just like life. In order for me to have a successful trip, I thought I needed to go do these things. And of course I do need to do them. But sometimes things happen. Now, what happened in the interim, though, is that I broke down. Well, I didn't really broke down. I didn't want to drive it anymore. I didn't really know what was wrong. I was pretty sure, but I didn't know what was wrong. So I pulled over. The mechanic came over from the local, dealership to look at it, take care of it, everything else. But in the interim, I happened to break down near somewhere that is beautiful. And I drive by it every day, and I kind of take it for granted. And so, so part of your success is knowing when to take a breather, when to take a break, when to plan, know that nothing is perfect, right? All of these things we have to kind of control our expectations of things. All of these things are a part of life, part of our lives. And I know sometimes I say simple things, and some people say, oh, we already know that, and it's quite complicated. And I make it sound complicated, I'm saying, but it's not. It's simple, and everyday things we forget. So I'm going to show you this site only because it's beautiful. So bear with me as I move my phone to show you where I'm parked, where I was parked waiting for the mechanic. And so that is a beautiful area called Loch Sheldrake. They say there's a little village down in there. They always have all these wise tales. But I pass this probably 12 times a week, and I never really stopped to take in the beauty of it all. So I just wanted to share with you today that in the midst of working on our success formula of taking steps forward and knowing that there's going to be a few steps backwards, and each time we gain some knowledge and experience as we do so, let's work on understanding that things are going to happen. Just keep going. And the famous quote is, just when you're about to let go or quit, just hang on. And so again, I'm Shirley with the Healthy, Wealthy, and Wise organization, talking to you about, I think it's number 12 of the 22 things we can do to get out of our own way. Have a great day, guys.